We are leaving rainy, damp Waco to head to hopefully not too muddy boondocking. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Don't have my hopes up, but fingers are crossed.
As we said in one of our previous videos, this is one of my favorite parks. Actually, probably my favorite park we've stayed at so far. Right next to Lake Waco. Spiegelville, Army Corps of Engineers. One nice thing about this rain, the Airstream's looking a lot nicer looking. Still pretty dirty, but got some shine to it now. We stopped at the dump station here. Let me see if I can show you what's over here as we're dumping. A whole herd of deer. Right there. Just hanging out, saying hi. What a good way, what a good send-off from Waco. We are coming up on our friend's land, and check out the pea soup. And we're losing daylight, sun just set. Should make for a very interesting parking job. As you guys know, we don't arrive places in the dark. This is the closest we've ever come.
Yes, it is. We'll see what happens.
So, we made it. We can't go right on my friend's land. It seems it's just too wet. It's nowhere, probably won't make it. We don't want to get stuck.
We're on his neighbor's land. When you think of Texas, you think of this guy.
But it's so nice of him.
Nice as can be,
yeah.
But we don't know him, so this is kind of awkward, but we will make it work.
Yes, we will. And for the first time ever, we are unhitching in the dark. Oop, I just completely blocked the tail light. But luckily we know what we're doing, and we have our safety checks for a reason. So it's all good.
I've about had it with this rain. I've had it. Mother Nature, I thought we had an understanding. I knew we got off on the wrong foot earlier in the year. I taunted you a little bit, and you really got the better of me with all that snow, but come on, let's start to pick things up a little bit, show us some sun. We don't need this much rain. I know it's not just here. Pretty much the entire US is... It's a very strange winter. It's very bad, very cold and rainy and snowy in many places. In fact, Tucson got 3 or 4 inches of snow. My in-laws in Scottsdale got 6 inches of snow in Phoenix. Well, in Scottsdale, which is just northwest of Phoenix. That almost never happens. So this is a very weird, not normal winter. Sun. Finally, we have some sun. Yesterday about midday, clouds parted, blue skies, sun coming in. Now it's the next morning, and we're gonna have a full day of sun. Ultimately, this stop worked out well, but it was kind of strange because we're staying on somebody's property. We have no idea who he is. He has no idea who we are. And he was like, oh yeah, stay as long as you want. Completely free, you know, we don't have to pay him anything. We gave him some ribs and things that we cooked last night just as a thank you, but he certainly wasn't expecting anything. So I think it worked out really well. A little weird at first, I will admit, but could be worse. And by the way, it's been incredibly muddy here the last couple days. Look at all this caked on mud. All this rain, Penny. Come on. You know, it's funny how weather will affect your mood. You might not realize how much it does, but for me especially, if I don't get sun at least every day or so, I really start to feel it. And I just don't enjoy it. And when you're out here in the middle of nature all the time, in the middle of weather, you really notice what you like and what you don't. So the last few days of just dreary, overcast, cloudy days, man, that that really started to get to me. But luckily, we have a nice full day of sun, and days like this really make me appreciate the sun that much more. And we are getting packed up now. We're gonna spend about a week in the Houston area to visit some friends of Courtney's again, and then we're gonna continue heading east towards Alabama for the RV Entrepreneur Summit. Let's give you another look at all this caked on dirt. I mean, look at this. This is just so bad. There's this huge puddle on the road going into our friend's house, and you kind of have to go through it at some speed, otherwise you might get stuck. And as a result, man, look at our wheels. Jeez. That's bad. Whew. It's so muddy. The green gas cap had mud on it. The gas cap, which was underneath the flipping door, had mud on it. That is how muddy it was over the last couple days. That's probably that big puddle that we had to go through at some speed. There's mud everywhere. It's like when you come back from the beach and there's sand in places that you don't really think would accept sand. I'll leave it at that. That's mud here.
But look how sunny it is.
I have a question for you, YouTube audience. Have you ever had one of those days where everything just kind of goes right? We woke up with sun, perfect, started out nice. The drive, perfect, got some fuel, no problems. We came here hooked up, didn't have any troubles taking stuff out, because sometimes things get caught on things and it's a pain in the butt, but nothing, I mean, everything's screwed on, no leaks, turn everything on, everything works. Like, what's gonna happen next? Maybe I'm jinxing myself, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Dude, good movie.
I'm feeling it. This is a good day. I'm feeling it.
Even though I made him drive almost 4 hours, and that's him being really positive.
Okay, yeah, that part
like
sucked.
Driving that much.
That part sucked. But we're here now, and we have full hookups for
a week.
a week.
For a really good price. $200 for an entire week of full hookups.
You are really dark, but that's good.
Yeah.
That's fine. And we have a bunch of cleanup to do. Floor is an absolute sty from where we were just camping. Come on.
Hi, come here.
And by the way, we are in the Pearwood campground in Pearwood, Texas. I think you pronounce it Pearwood, not Pearwood.
RV Park in Pearland, Texas.
Pearland, yes. And this is south and east of Houston. Very nice suburban area. This is where the bigger houses are. I have a feeling that people make good money in Houston and then live out here. This is a very KOA-esque kind of campground, as you can see. Full hookups, everybody. Grassy area, just no picnic table. A nice little lake here right off the campground. Yeah, heck yeah. So real quick, we just met a couple of dogs that are off leash because their dogs are good. And this gives me a good opportunity to mention this regarding off-leash dogs. Sometimes when other dogs are good, the owners think that it's okay if they're off-leash, and usually it is, until you meet a dog like ours who is on leash, who's not so good. So that dog is friendly, just wants to walk up and greet and sniff and all that good stuff. It shouldn't be a problem, but sometimes other dogs aren't going to be as good. And that's where leashes really come in handy. Granted, sometimes our dogs are off leash as well. But they will never approach, at least Penny, will never approach another dog.
Meanwhile, the people here have been super nice. The camp hosts both came over and said, like, you need us at any time, you call us, we will be there. At different times they came over and told us that. And we've already met a few people in the park and they have been super nice as well. So I feel like this is a kind of nice, quiet community.
Yeah.
Outside of Houston.
Almost close-knit too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people here know everybody else. Okay, so far so good. We're gonna go back to the RV, clean up a little bit, then chill. We're in the Houston area, so we're gonna do the Space Center, of course, because that's what you do here. We'll probably show you around other parts of Houston over the next week before we head further east down to the Louisiana area for Mardi Gras. Actually, we're not going there for Mardi Gras, but we will be there during that time. Not exactly sure how that's gonna work yet, but we'll figure it out, as we always do. Happy hour, I'm looking forward to that.